All right, Friday the 13th.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even. Oh,
But you should know that tomorrow is Valentine's Day. If you don't know that, you're in big trouble,
I
Rob.
forgot that too.
I'm glad I could remind you. Welcome to this week's edition of Deals Revealed, the top restaurant news, sales, listings, and franchise opportunities, along with reminders for all you men out there to take care of your Valentine's Day obligations. We are the nation's largest restaurant brokerage firm. I'm Robin Gagnon. Before we get started, again, happy Valentine's Day. And there will be a lot of specials and there will be a lot of crowds, so book early.
That's a good idea. I'm Rob Morrison. We're bringing you the biggest news of the week. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or even join our brand as a franchisee, this is the place to be. If you want something slightly more tied to the industry, we're going to have that for you too.
Okay, so with Valentine's Day tomorrow, we just said happy holidays to our buyers and sellers and everyone else. And just a few reminders, by the way. You got a few for them?
Yeah, of course. If you're watching live, that's great. Say hello. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And if you're catching the replay, type replay so we know that you stopped by.
All right, let's dive in. What's happening in the restaurant marketplace? We got it. Here are the top insights of the week.
Yeah, how modern operators are protecting margins.
So
right?
important.
Every week we're looking past the headlines, focusing on what's actually shifting inside restaurant operations, the changes that impact profitability, buyer confidence, and long-term value.
And this week, we have said it so many times, but that theme is clear. Technology, it's not replacing hospitality. That's part of the ecosystem of franchising, of the restaurant industry, but it is protecting margins.
All right, so tell us how. Let's go with the fully automated beverage.
Okay, the rise of fully automated beverage stations. So this one's getting serious traction. Automated beverage systems, they're moving beyond airports and stadiums and into everyday restaurant operations.
Coffee machines that calibrate themselves, boba stations that portion automatically, cocktail systems that measure to the ounce every single time.
Have you ever gone into one of those wine bars? They do the same thing. You just put in your credit card and out comes the wine. You can taste all kinds of things. It seems like a novelty, but guess what? You're saving labor, and that's a margin strategy.
Yeah. Training time drops dramatically. Instead of teaching technique, you teach process. Consistency improves, waste decreases, overpours disappear, and the highest margin items on the menu become easier to scale across shifts.
So in the olden days of restaurants, and I guess they still do it, there was a company. They would come in and they would weigh your liquor bottles, compare it to your POS system, and tell you where your bartenders were overpouring.
Yeah.
That's right. And that's important because there's plenty of layers here. Labor volatility has been one of the biggest risks in restaurant operations over the past 5 years. These automated beverage systems, they are going to reduce that dependency on individual skill levels. You're going to get the perfect pour every time.
And it's kind of fun for me too, when you go in and you do it yourself. It matters in a transfer, right? Buyers are not just evaluating revenue, they're evaluating stability. When beverage execution is system-driven rather than personality-driven, transition risk drops.
And so our buyers, they get very excited about this because it's fewer variables, fewer skill gaps, faster onboarding, clear documented outputs time after time after time.
Yeah, and for the sellers, it strengthens your narrative. You're not selling a star bartender
who could walk out,
who could anytime
and go to the competition.
That's right. You're selling a repeatable system that protects margins every single shift.
And when the highest margin category in the building, that's alcohol, bar none, becomes predictable, valuation conversations become stronger.
All right, let's dive into another insight, Robin. What about AI forecasting? I know that's something that you love, AI.
AI is so near and dear to my heart, and whether you love it, hate it, or terrified of it, it's really making a difference in restaurants. The most profitable restaurants, guess what? They're not guessing about prep anymore. They're forecasting it.
AI tools are analyzing sales history, seasonality, local events, even weather patterns to predict tomorrow's volume with pretty surprising accuracy.
Think about that with your proteins in particular, fish that's fresh. You've got fewer over-prepped items, less spoilage, more accurate staffing schedules, better ordering cadence.
Yeah, overall, instead of reacting to yesterday's numbers, operators are planning proactively for tomorrow's demand.
And that's where it becomes a value story, right, for these buyers, because food cost creep hides inside this inconsistent prep and reactive ordering. Forecasting tools tighten that system.
When food cost is stable and documented over time, buyers gain confidence. They can see the trend lines, they can see controls, and they can see discipline.
And in due diligence, these buyers, they're asking detailed questions about cost control more than ever before. Show me your prep system. Show me your waste logs. Show me how you project demand. You can just pull your AI tool out and say, here it is.
That's right. The answer. We watch it closely. That's one thing. If the answer is, here's the forecasting model we use, and here is the 12-month variance data, well, that's something entirely different.
Big difference in the conversation, and that difference shows up in negotiations.
The bigger takeaway is this. Margin protection today is about systems. Systems reduce volatility, systems reduce transition risk, and they support your valuation.
And restaurants built on systems, they are easier to finance, easier to transfer, and easier to scale.
All right, we got one more for you. Our third insight is subscription-based dining models.
So interesting.
It's
I love this.
Interesting and surprising, Robin,
Right?
for some people. Restaurants are experimenting with recurring revenue.
Think about this: monthly coffee memberships, prepaid meal plans, VIP dining clubs with perks and priority access.
So instead of starting each month at zero, some operators are beginning with built-in revenue.
It's amazing. Gyms have done it for years, right? They're a whole subscription-based model. And what does it do? It changes cash flow stability. It reduces reliance on bringing people in through heavy promotions, and it's building loyalty beyond discounts.
Yep. And for buyers, once again, recurring revenue signals predictability.
And sellers, it shows the brand has staying power and community connection.
All right. So what's the biggest takeaway here?
Well, it's just that technology's not about flash. It's about friction reduction.
Fewer labor pressures, fewer waste surprises, more predictable cash flow.
And when restaurants are built to be predictable, love that word, efficient, and scalable, they are easier to finance, easier to transfer, and get this, more valuable in today's market.
All right. So if you're buying, selling, or building, these are the shifts to watch.
Because restaurants leaning into these systems, they are quietly, sometimes not so quietly, they're pulling ahead, Rob.
Absolutely. All right. So let's talk about some of our top listings this week. We have opportunities spanning Arizona, Michigan, and Georgia, and they represent three very different entry points into restaurant ownership, from health-focused concepts to nationally recognized franchises and flexible dessert operations.
That's a very wide range. So what connects these listings? It's the flexibility. Each one offers the buyer a different path based on budget, experience level, and growth goals. So whether you're looking for a franchise system, a mall anchor, or a fast-growing suburban location, we have something worth a closer look.
All right, let's take a look at our first one. It's listing number 34356, and it's in Queens Creek, Arizona, represented by Mike Smith. This one's listed at $149,000. It's a turnkey cafe and juice bar. It opened in 2022. It's located in one of the fastest growing communities in the East Valley. Annualized 2024 sales approximately $230,000. Prior sales were higher, around just a little bit higher. The business operates at approximately 1,300 square feet. The rent is under $5,300 a month. That includes CAM and taxes. The lease runs through 27, and 2 additional 5-year renewal options are available, which offers long-term stability. And the menu features cold pressed juices, smoothies, acai bowls, toasts, and sandwiches, all from a clean and efficient footprint. It's structured as an asset sale with an established franchise system and is ideal for a hands-on owner-operator ready to step into a growing, health-focused brand in a high-visibility location surrounded by strong residential growth.
Oh, so much growth in Arizona. It's peaking right now. So next up, listing 34571 in Troy, Michigan, represented by Gary and Mike Ely, and listed at, just get this, $62,500. This is a Dairy Queen franchise.
Wow.
Inside a high-traffic shopping mall operating for more than 25 years in the same location. Sales, $167,000, but very profitable. Desserts, wow, so profitable. Lots of earnings for the owner, more than $55,000, making it an attractive cash flow opportunity at a very accessible entry price. You're buying dollar for dollar cash flow almost in this situation. Fully built out, well-maintained equipment, and a new lease being structured at reasonable terms. And that's important because malls got greedy for a while, kind of overpricing themselves, and now they're having to settle in. So the mall setting, though, still got some good stuff. Built-in customer flow from shoppers, families, and employees. You reduce some marketing costs because they're bringing people in. So there's some upside here. Another opportunity they point out, delivery platforms not fully leveraged. And that's a winning strategy for buyers coming in because they can go in, leverage delivery. They also say expand approved menu items could increase revenue without a significant investment. So it's ideal for an owner-operator seeking a globally recognized brand and immediate income potential.
Sounds good. Our final featured listing this week, listing number 35112. It's in Albany, Georgia. It's represented by the Holmes team, and it's listed at $200,000. This Milkster ice cream business for sale reports approximately $220,000 in sales. Compact space there, just 750 square feet. Rent is $1,800 a month, and the lease is secured through February of 28. Buyers can continue this Milkster franchise concept or bring their own, subject to approval. The location includes premium commercial equipment already in place, including coffee machines, ice machines, digital menu boards, the POS systems there, waffle cone maker, blenders, and much more. It's an opportunity also including a fully equipped movable concessions trailer.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you could go to festivals, campus events, corporate functions, weddings, catering events. It can create revenue potential beyond that brick and mortar.
So we've had a cold winter. So we just talked about two ice cream kind of places. It's the time. Get in now.
Yeah.
And you're situated because in just a few months, these cold weather days are going away and it's going to be hot. And everybody's going to be rushing to these, to the Milkster and the Dairy Queen. So,
The sooner the better.
yeah. If one of those listings caught your attention, type the listing number in the comments. Click the red Get Complete package on our website for full details. Our certified restaurant brokers are ready to walk you through financials, lease terms, franchise requirements, and next steps so you can determine which opportunity best aligns with your ownership goals.
All right, let's get back to some insights specifically for sellers this week. Something many sellers misunderstand, that buyers do not pay for potential.
Yes.
No, they pay for proof.
Yeah, so it's so easy. And we fall into this trap with sellers so frequently. They want to talk about what the business could become. If you extended the hours, if you added new menu items, if you did catering. But buyers, they want to see what's already been validated. Honestly, the benefit of what can happen goes to the buyer, not to the current operator.
That's right. Well, because it's obvious, right? You tell a buyer, well, sales could increase with this or that or delivery. The first question, obviously, is why haven't they done that already?
Exactly. And if you talk about expanding hours, they want to know what happened the last time you stayed open later.
Right. Growth ideas are powerful when they're supported by data, not just optimism.
So our strong sellers prepare. They're going to document the trends, show year-over-year performance, and explain decisions behind pricing, staffing, and any menu adjustments.
Another overlooked factor, margin clarity. Buyers are not just evaluating revenue, they're evaluating how efficiently that revenue turns into income.
Yeah, efficiency, predictability, these are kind of boring terms applied to restaurants, but really clear cost controls, clean vendor relationships, stable labor patterns, they create confidence, and confidence drives the strongest offers.
Yep, the businesses that command the best multiples usually have one thing in common: transparency.
When that seller can say with confidence, without hesitation, these are the numbers, the buyers assume the operation, it's disciplined.
All right, Robin, so give us the key takeaway here.
Yeah, we're not selling the dream, we're selling the actuals.
Yeah, it's focused on proving the system out. right?
Exactly, because buyers invest in businesses that demonstrate control, clarity, and repeatable performance.
All right. Now, the other side of the coin, insights for buyers, something experienced buyers understand that new buyers can often miss. Growth doesn't fix weak systems, it can magnify them.
Oh, so true. It's easy. You walk into a busy restaurant and assume that this momentum is going to carry it forward. But the real question is not how busy it feels, it's how controlled it feels.
Are orders flowing smoothly through the kitchen? Is the team confident and steady? Are managers making decisions without hesitation?
All right, I have a story about this related to Super Bowl Sunday.
Okay. Yes.
So, for 15 years, we have ordered wings from the same place. Great wings. Oh my gosh, they're just a moment of flash fry and then they're finished in the oven and lots of flavor. So, we ordered our wings early. There was supposed to be a pickup at 5:30 on Super Bowl. Eric gets there, they want your money right away. They give you the time. They say, you pick up your wings at 5:30, Rob. He gets there, pays, sits down, and the lady beside him, well, he can't sit. There's no room to sit because people are standing around, staring at the kitchen door.
Waiting
For the wings. You look around the bar, everyone is drinking, no one is eating, there's no food coming out. And he asked the lady beside him, how long have you been here? When were your wings supposed to be out? An hour. He waited another half hour and then got his money back and said, I'm out of here. And you know what happened on Monday? The manager called to say, how were your wings? I know your name. You've been here every year. And Eric's like, I didn't get any wings.
Yeah.
I had no wings. I ordered a pizza and picked it up on the way home. So.
That's disappointing. They crashed, though, on the busiest day of the year.
It's their Super Bowl.
It is.
If you're a wing store, your Super Bowl is the Super Bowl. If you're pizza or wings, that's when you got to win. And so, how do you handle peak periods? If I had that restaurant for sale and a buyer walked in on their Super Bowl, they would be like, yeah, this staff doesn't know how to handle peak periods.
Right. That's tough. That's
Yeah.
tough. Strong operations there. They can be visible, not in that case. You see it in ticket times, food consistency, how the staff communicates during those peak periods. You had such a bad experience. Here's where it gets interesting. Watch what happens when the rush ends. Right?
Because when it's over, when it was that Monday, did they reset quickly? Did they restock, clean, prep, and prepare for the next wave without direction? So whether it's that massive, roll up for Super Bowl or whether it's just a big Friday night, a normal Friday night.
Yeah. It sounds like they were doing some damage control when they
Yeah.
called Eric on Monday, right? Does the room drift? Does the energy drop? Do the problems stack up?
You don't want that.
No.
No, because restaurants that maintain discipline during slow periods can generally handle growth with far less stress.
And another overlooked factor, owner dependence. Ask yourself how many decisions require the current owner to step in.
If it's pricing, scheduling, order, guest issues, they all go through one person, you're buying a job, not a system.
But if the team operates with structure and clarity, you're stepping into something that's scalable.
So, key takeaway for buyers, don't just look at revenue and rent.
Evaluate repeatability, because repeatable business grows with confidence, not with chaos. We say that a lot.
Yeah, a lot of chaos in that wing place. Okay, this week we're spotlighting 2 restaurant resales that show how experience, timing, and clear strategy create successful outcomes on both sides of the table. You want to talk about some sold restaurants?
Absolutely. The first one is in Fort Mill, South Carolina. That was represented by Justin Scotto with We Sell Restaurants Charlotte. And the previous owner had a strong background operating multiple restaurant concepts, made the strategic decision to sell in order to pursue other business opportunities.
This was great. It was not a distressed sale. It was a focused decision to reallocate time and capital to the next phase of his life and growth. So the buyer, interestingly enough, brought some multi-unit experience and plans to introduce a new concept at the location.
Very nice. What made this location especially attractive was convenience and strong demographic alignment with the incoming concept. Buyer saw a clear fit there between the market and their operational strengths.
This is such a great idea because when a seasoned operator steps into that location, they have this intention, they have this clarity. The transition, it's execution, not experimentation.
And it highlights what happens when preparation meets opportunity. The seller exit confidently and the buyer enters with a defined plan.
Okay, going to talk about one more.
Okay.
We're heading to Covington, Virginia, represented by Don Williams with We Sell Restaurants, Forest, Virginia.
All right. Previous owner here was already running a successful restaurant in town. When this additional location became available, he invested in renovations and gave it a strong new start.
Okay, but operating 2 restaurants, that was a little more challenging than he thought. So from a staffing and management perspective, he was pretty stretched, not only personally, but also resources. So he said, listen, I'm going back to my original operation. I'm going to sell this one I brought on.
There you go. That's discipline. Knowing when to consolidate and protect your core business is a strategic move, not a setback.
So the new owners, they are a partnership. They have varied business experience. They're going to reposition the restaurant. They're taking it from fine dining, which is trending down, right? Full service fine dining has greater labor burdens, greater burdens in terms of the kitchen and what you deliver, into quick casual. Yeah, that fits their vision and the local market.
The attractive purchase price and the inclusion of the real estate there strengthened the opportunity even further, giving the buyers both operational flexibility and long-term asset value.
And this is important because this transaction was co-brokered with a local agent who found the buyer. So that just shows that collaboration can expand reach and keep the process efficient. And we do that at We Sell Restaurants. We will work with other brokers. And there are actually brokerage firms who simply will not do that, won't honor what we believe to be a commitment to the seller to bring someone to the table for their restaurant. They just say, no, it's all me or nothing.
Yeah.
Not a good approach.
Not at all. It's about the seller. When you look at these 2 sold restaurants, side by side, a pattern becomes clear.
Absolutely. Experienced sellers making intentional exits, experienced buyers stepping in with defined plans.
Yeah, no rushing their decisions, no unclear objectives, just alignment between timing, market conditions, and long-term vision.
And that alignment is what turns listings into closings.
And it reinforces an important point. Successful restaurant resales are rarely accidental. They're structured, guided, and executed with focus from the beginning to the end.
Okay, so with that, let's turn up the heat and talk again about some hot new listings backed by real numbers, real traffic, and real opportunity for the next owner.
Yeah, if you want infrastructure, cash flow, and locations that already generate demand, this is where you start to pay attention, if you haven't been already.
Yes, I hope they haven't been already, because our top hot new listing is listing 35237 in Largo, Florida, represented by Michael and Abby Spazzeri, and listed at $299,000. It's a bar and grill. Listen to this: sales of $1.6 million.
Okay.
Wow, high visibility Pinellas County location. It's serving residents, offices, and coastal visitors year round. So buyers are stepping into a second generation turnkey location, large dining room, bar footprint. It's efficient service from lunch through late night, has to be with all that volume. Build out has a long service bar. They love that in Pinellas County. Back bar refrigeration, ice machine, reach-in coolers, everything you need to operate. And the occupancy costs sounds like a lot, $20,000 per month in rent, but it's a predictable expense in a really strong traffic corridor, easily carried by the income in this restaurant. So it's positioned perfectly with all those bars for happy hour, watch parties, trivia night, and live entertainment. So this is not only a great opportunity, we also have unsecured lending available up to $500,000 for qualified buyers. So great entry point into $1 million revenue location under $300,000.
Sounds good. We have another listing here. It's 35111. It's in Davidson County, Tennessee, and it's represented by Taylor Clemmer. This one's listed at $299,000. Profitable specialty bakery for sale, and it's reporting sales of over $618,000. The owner benefit just shy of $100,000, delivering strong cash flow with limited operating hours. Business operates out of approximately 1,200 square feet in a high-traffic Nashville corridor with traffic counts exceeding 25,000 vehicles per day, rent just over 3,000 a month, supporting solid margins and long-term sustainability. Kitchen's fully equipped with a walk-in cooler, 12-foot hood system, commercial ovens, refrigeration, and freezer units. There's a 6-burner range there, multiple commercial mixers, all major equipment only a few years old. The operation supported by 1 full-time and 4 part-time employees, keeping labor lean and efficient. The brand has built a massive and highly engaged social media following. It faces very limited direct competition there. No one does what they do.
I love that. That's a great idea.
Growth opportunities include expanded hours, wholesale partnerships, catering, increased production, and additional location. And get this, SBA lending is available for qualified buyers, providing a structured path to ownership.
Wow, lots of good stuff on these listings today. And if one of these hot new listings caught your eye, type the listing number in the comments or click Get Complete Package to review full details. Our certified restaurant brokers are ready to walk you through the financials, operations, and next step to determine if the timing and fit are right for you.
All right. Now it's a wonderful time of the show, right? Behind every closing is a process that most people never see. The strategy and negotiation, the positioning, the steady guidance through major decisions. This segment is about the people who trusted us, We Sell Restaurants, during those moments.
And when clients share their experience, it reveals what the transaction felt like, right? And living, that's a felt experience. Their side of the table, and perspective matters.
All right. So tell us what we heard about Claremont, Florida.
All right. So first we head, as you said, to Claremont, where Pedro Vigiani shared his experience working with Mel at We Sell Restaurants. Pedro shared, I recently had the experience of working with Mel from We Sell Restaurants and selling my business, Loop Cafe. I couldn't be more satisfied with the experience. From start to finish, their support and expertise were invaluable. From the initial stages of prospecting potential buyers to the final legal formalities, this team demonstrated exceptional professionalism and dedication. They made the entire process seamless and stress-free. Their in-depth knowledge of the restaurant industry and market trends ensured that we attracted the right clients. Mel was always available to answer my questions and provided insightful advice every step of the way. This is a very detailed testimonial here.
Yeah.
Their attention to detail and commitment to my goals made me feel confident and well supported throughout the transaction. If you're looking to sell your restaurant, I highly recommend this team. Their outstanding service and a personalized approach make them the best in the business. Thank you, Mel, for making the sale of Loop Cafe a smooth and successful experience.
Wow.
Woo!
Yeah.
Gotta get my breath after all that.
What stands out there, though, the confidence, right? The confidence built through clear communication, thoughtful positioning, and steady guidance when the decisions mattered the most. Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So next we head to Charleston, where Chris Porzakak shared his experience working with Emily and Bernie at We Sell Restaurants. Chris said, we highly recommend Emily and Bernie. They are professionals at their craft. The sale of our restaurant had several difficult and sensitive issues to overcome. They managed to negotiate all of them with care and support. Give them a shout out if you're even thinking about selling. We are confident they will work hard for you too.
Wow, difficult and sensitive issues they mentioned. That's where brokerage experience really matters. Negotiating through complexity while protecting the client's goals. It takes discipline and it takes leadership.
So both stories, same standard, professionalism, responsiveness, genuine care for the people behind each transaction.
That's right, because selling a restaurant is a major milestone. Deserves preparation, negotiation strength, and a team that stays engaged from start to finish. So to Pedro and to Chris, thank you for your trust and for sharing those experiences.
And to Mel, Emily, and Bernie, congratulations on representing the level of service our brand stands for every day.
And with that, we want to talk about ourselves.
Yes!
If you love the restaurant industry but are ready to step out of the grind of nights and weekends, this is for you.
Absolutely. We Sell Restaurants. We offer a different path. It's still hospitality, it's still relationships, but instead of running a kitchen, you are guiding transactions.
Our franchise partners work directly with restaurant owners who are ready for their next chapter and the buyers who want to enter the industry the correct way.
And what makes this model powerful is structure. We provide valuation systems, marketing infrastructure, national exposure, and a proven transaction process. It removes the guesswork.
Yeah, you're not building out from scratch. You're stepping into a national brand with tools and training and support already in place.
We talk about this as the restaurant business with banker's hours. You stay connected to the industry you love, but with greater flexibility and scalability.
It's a business built on experience, not inventory, relationships, not food costs, and strategy, not staffing.
So if you have leadership experience, strong communication skills, and a desire to build something of your own in your local market, we could be a fit.
Yeah, we're growing in select markets and looking for professionals who want to represent the brand with integrity and with discipline.
So if you're curious about what ownership looks like inside our system, reach out and start the conversation.
Because the opportunity is not just buying restaurants.
It's building a business around helping others buy and sell them successfully.
Yeah, and speaking of that, buying them, selling them successfully, franchise resales, one of the most revealing moments in a brand's life cycle. They test more than the paperwork, they test the leadership.
And when ownership changes, the spotlight shifts, right? Buyers start asking questions existing franchisees may have never thought to ask.
Sure. How long does approval take? How clear are the training steps? And who actually drives the transition process?
And here's what matters, Rob. We've learned this. A resale exposes whether the system depends on personalities or processes.
If the brand relies on one executive to push things forward, transitions can slow down. If it relies on structure, then it moves through efficiently.
And buyers notice how accessible that team is. Sellers notice how supported they feel. Lenders notice how organized the documentation is.
And they also, resales highlight communication, rhythm. The updates, are they proactive or are they reactive? Are expectations clear or are they adjusted midstream?
Strong brands treat every resale as a performance review of their systems.
Because when a resale is smooth, the entire network feels stronger.
These existing franchisees, they feel protected in that process. New buyers feel confident, and the brand earns credibility without having to say a word.
And the real takeaway about all of this is the resale isn't just a transaction, right?
No, it's a signal to the market, and brands that manage that signal with discipline and transparency build long-term trust that compounds over time. Ready to wrap us up?
Well, yeah, we better get out of here before something bad happens on this Friday the 13th.
No, it's going to be our lucky day.
All
right, this wraps up the week's top sales, listings, and franchise opportunities. So if you're buying, selling, or exploring a career in restaurant brokerage, give us a call.
Yep.
We want to help, right?
Yes, great deals, they move fast. So click the link in the comments or visit WeSellRestaurants.com to learn more.
If you enjoyed today's show, hit that thumbs up and share it with someone interested in restaurant leadership.
And follow our page so you never miss a new listing. We'll be back next Friday with more updates.
Have a great weekend, a strong Valentine's Day, and remember, our name says it all.
We sell restaurants.